Okay, we're recording. Hey there. I am Laura Johnson with Ghost Shocking Awe, soon to be YouTube channel, podcast, and all that stuff. But if you go there right now, there's nothing there. So just everybody, so we understand where we are at. I am interviewing Rex and Katrina. And so I'm very happy to have you guys here. Because I don't know anything about you, I'd really like you just to tell me anything about that you want to tell me.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I don't know anything about you either, so um, so I started learning about real estate about 2 years ago when I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad and
Mm-hmm.
started learning about how money works. So since then, I learned about stock market stuff a little bit and realized I didn't want to do that. So about a year ago, year and a half ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to do real estate. I don't know how I'm going to do real estate, but I'm going to do real estate. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then fast forward further, I ran across the video of Pace Morby that one of my brothers sent me. So I listened to it and I'm like, this is it. This is how I'm going to do real estate. And that was
That's
in
awesome.
December of last year. So 1st of January, I joined Sub 2
Okay.
and it has been amazing.
Really, I'm so excited for you guys. Katrina, do you feel like you're the same pathway, or did he have to bring you through it a little bit?
I was always interested. It sounded interesting. It sounded cool. I thought it was great, but it was kind of his thing at first. A
Mm-hmm.
little bit of background about us: we live in Idaho, and he had
Okay.
a tree service business, and we had 45 acres. So like I had dogs and horses and sheep and all that. So we did a lot of that stuff, and so he was kind of doing his tree service, and his real estate thing, and I was doing all the animal stuff. And I'm like, are you gonna come help me with the animals? Like, this real estate stuff's cool, but it was kind of his thing. And then when
Yeah.
he started opening it up more to be like, hey, do you want to listen to these Zooms with me? Do you basically get on the same page? And I was all for that. I was more than ready to jump on the same page. So when he kind of opened that up, that's when we got on the same page. And it's like, okay, we have a lot of goals for this. So we want
Mm-hmm.
to take it all the way. And in order to do that, we're going to get on the same page and we're going to push each other and make it our new business sort of thing in our life and basically go for the big goals that we have for our family.
That's exciting, guys. Wow. So what do you think? I'll tell you real quick. I am not in sub two. I'm a gator lender. And I joined in April and making my way through the training of that and understanding kind of where I'm trying to focus on. Pace has a lot, I feel like, a big vision for what Gator is going to be doing over the years. And so I'm just trying to like keep up with him and, and be like, okay, he's saying to work on this right now. And I don't know why, but I'm going to do it. And just kind of juggling, life as well. I have two kids. I have a 10 and 11-year-old. I'm over in East Texas, actually, and moved from Dallas last year to East Texas, and we have 25 acres. So like your acreage is like blowing mine out of the water. But I do not have livestock animals. Like I will not, I cannot handle them. There's so much work. How are you doing that?
So that was one of the goals with our goals where we had them for in the real estate. We actually sold everything off.
Okay.
My wife had just bought a fancy reining horse. We had a lot of sheep, a lot of really nice dogs. We used to compete in the like cow dogs and sheepdog competitions and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So we have since sold basically everything off. I sold off my tree business. We sold off the property. We sold off basically all of our good dogs, for working dogs. We kept a couple that a friend of ours is using because he has farm and ranch stuff that he does with them. And all the horses, we sold off everything. We bought a house 3 weeks ago, subject to house in town.
Wow.
Brand new house basically. So we are living in town now.
Oh my
where
God.
I can reach out my window and touch the neighbor's house.
What a difference. I feel like we might have swapped lives. I mean, I went from a subdivision to this now, and I'm like, yeah, I was just there a year ago.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
We will go back to the country, but it was just
A good opportunity.
like someone said, we had made this goal 3-4 months ago is when we decided, okay, we made the decision to sell everything off and go full-time real estate and focus on our goals and only on our goals. So it was a decision we had to come up to together, but we won't stay in the city. We will go back out into the country, but for a couple years, I think we'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Cut out the distractions and stuff, and just focus on it. Plus, it pushes us that much harder to be like, oh, we missed the country. Okay, we got to work harder.
Yeah, you got to work hard. Got to get that thing. So if you guys have been in it for, I guess it's almost a year, right? We're going into what? It's not almost a year. It's
9 months or so. 8 months or so.
Yeah.
He joined Sub 2 in January, and then I joined just a couple months ago.
She joined back in probably June with me. May or June.
Okay, so you guys are both you guys are really in it.
Yeah,
you're really in
all
it.
the way.
All the way. Okay, so to me, it seems, as a person who has not worked with anyone who, I have not done my first Gator lending deal. Connecting with people, like you guys in the Sub 2 community is probably one of my next steps once I actually have it all figured out. The last thing I want to do is just be like, yeah, let me lend you some money and let's figure this out on the way. I don't want to be the person who brings down a deal and everybody's like, oh my gosh, that Laura Johnson, she's the worst. So I'm getting my life together over here, but I'm so curious, how did that first, it sounds like you've done more than one deal. You've at least gotten a deal where you have your primary. So how did you do it?
Yeah, so I grew up, we bought stuff on seller finance or on, cash. I've never had a bank loan in my life.
Oh, wow.
Even to this day. So, and 2.5 years ago when we bought that 45 acres, it was a seller finance. I bought vehicles on seller finance. I bought equipment on seller finance. We bought 100 head of sheep on seller finance, So
wow,
we bought all kinds of stuff on seller finance. So
we were just too dumb to put it into real estate. That thinking of being creative.
It's like, oh my gosh, you can do that. Crazy.
We're already doing it.
It's but the light bulb went off. I have many moments of that in my day. So
and yeah, so our first investment deal, we closed the 1st of May. It was a seller finance house with, I think, we had $9,000 to the seller. That house is going to cash flow us at least $850 a month on that. And then we closed our personal residence, which was a 2022 built custom home, VA loan, 3.5 weeks ago. And then a week ago, we closed another subject to deal that we will wrap. We have a private money partner on that one, and then we have a private money lender on our primary residence.
Okay. Wow. So where are you guys are you kind of doing a pace thing where you're getting in the car and you're going over there? Are you doing it over the phone, through AI? How are you guys doing this?
So we're doing direct to agent outreach right now. So it's phone calls. Most of the time, I don't ever see the property in person or see the agent in person or anybody until the property's already under contract. I'm kind of very very hands-on person. And so when I first started in the real estate stuff, I started going virtually, and I just decided, that's not the best for me to get started.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, we're going to do local to where we are. I know deals are a little bit harder to find here, but I can work harder than everybody else, so I can get those deals. And so that's why it's the first deal we did. It was very hands-on kind of thing. But after that, I've gotten to where I know the market so well around here. I know all the neighborhoods in all of this part of Idaho. So I don't have to drive by the house to look at it. I don't have to go meet someone there. I just can do it all over the phone before we ever even see the house in person.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you guys are both sub-2 members, like, are you both working together on these, or do you both kind of like split it up and be like, you take these, you take this, and we kind of, put them together?
Yeah. So I'm a visionary. So I like to be on the phones or raising private money or structuring a deal or, kind of be the face of the company is just kind of my personality. And she's more like integrator. Tell her what to do.
Yeah, so I basically run the back end of stuff. I keep him organized and focused. And so I'll go on market, and I'll pull lists of low equity properties. That's what we're focused on right now. And when he calls about them, I'll write down the notes. I'll keep up on his emails. I'll remind him he needs to do this, this, and this, follow up with this person. Yeah, all the technical stuff. I run all that back end.
So you are 100% essential to this power duo for sure.
Yeah. And so actually, we have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and then I'm due with another girl in like 2 weeks. So,
oh my God, congratulations.
Thank you. And so we're actually hoping to partner up with another integrator right now, to kind of, so I can kind of step out of it just because I'm going to be really busy and need to focus on other things. But that's kind of how we got started, and how we really got our rhythm going was finding like how our gifts complemented each other, and then just pushing each other in our areas. So yeah, that's kind of how we run it.
Where stuff really started to take off for us is when we got on the same page and got hyper focused. When I was trying to do it myself, I wasn't focused enough, and it just wasn't the same. When we got on the same page, we enjoy doing stuff together. So when we got on the same page and we got hyper focused on one certain thing that we was going to do, that's where it really started to take off for us.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And do you feel like, Rex, are you a person who gets distracted with like the shiny object syndrome type thing? Or are you very much like, it's very easy for me to just pick something and stay with it? Like, what type of person are you?
I'm visionary, so they always get distracted.
Good to say.
I don't think I know of a visionary that doesn't get distracted. Some are worse than others.
Yeah.
So I do get very distracted.
I'm always having to put him back on the right track.
I'm going to tell you, you guys are making me feel so much better about my personality. Like, I can't even tell you, because I 100% am the visionary of my marriage for sure. My husband is a CPA, very much like, I literally have to drag him to not do anything. He does lots of things. It's like to think different, to be like, come jump with me in this major crazy dream. And he's just like, I think I like just knowing what's happening right here, so we both just complement each other so well in that area. But he does have to live with me, who I'm like, oh, gator lending sounds really interesting. I'm going to join that. Whoa, there's this state called Sub 2 over here. Maybe I'll go over there. Like, maybe I need to be a wholesaler. Oh, wait, like, golly, that investing in businesses sounds good too. Like, I don't know, like my brain literally, except my husband still has his W-2 job. So I need him to be able to leave that so that he can come and just rein this in. So Rex, you have your superstar with you, so that's awesome. How are you guys juggling family life in the mix of all of this?
It's all one big thing.
Yeah.
I work from home, all the time now, pretty much. And she's here. We're kind of doing right now. We're just kind of doing everything all together. If I have to go have a meeting somewhere, a lot of times they come with me and we just go make it fun,
Yeah. Yeah, that's really, and that's good advice too, because we get so focused in the normal just rut, and then it's like, oh well, if we're gonna go do this and put ourselves out there like into like some kind of real estate meetup, like it just seems like this big to do out of the normal, like, okay, everybody get home from their home. I know your kids are obviously going to be much younger and at that stage, like where I'm at, it's like everybody's kind of developing their own humanness. It's really weird. They're starting, like my 10 and 11-year-old. So my girls are like a year apart. And that's insane, by the way. But I would not recommend, you guys are doing it right. So, but like with their stuff, like their school and their activities and all this stuff, it's just like, okay, we got to really figure out how we're going to prioritize the goals of what we want to work on for our future, and not get distracted by the day to day that just seems so fixated. Having a little bit more flexibility in that. So that's very encouraging. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I think how we're rolling right now, is just we basically just make it one thing. We include me and McKady, our daughter. We pretty much do everything with him, or he comes and does stuff with us. Like today, go swimming at the pool, and he can bring his computer and work there or whatever.
Yeah.
And that'll change. Stuff will change and fluctuate as kids get older, more kids, or this and that, and so we'll just have to figure it out as we go. There is definitely where it's like, okay, like all we're talking about and doing is real estate. Maybe we should, think of some other things to talk about at times.
Yeah, my husband wishes that I was that person too, but I cannot turn it off. It's hard to turn it off when you're excited about something, or at least that's how I am. I could listen to real estate podcasts probably all day, every day. And my focus needs to be on more action than just consumption, for sure. So you guys are definitely doing it over there. So I guess kind of as we start wrapping up, I'd really like you to share how people can really like what you need. What are you looking for? It seems like you're very focused in the Idaho market where you're at. But like, how are you wanting to connect with people, and what can they bring to you to add value to your life?
I always need private money, more private money.
Okay, that's good to know.
I think most people do. I do have private money lenders that I work with right now, but that's something we're always looking for more of. I like helping newer people get started. To get a focus. I'm kind of more of a natural leader, I guess. It's where I don't know. That's where I just kind of. It's where I end up going. It seems like, know. So I love helping people get started. Love helping people overcome mindset problems that they are having, because I went through a period of time after I joined Sub 2 for probably 3 months where I didn't listen to like any real estate at all. It was mindset, because I knew if I didn't have my mindset right, I would never be able to get the real estate stuff that I wanted. So there was a period where I took a step back from the real estate completely. So I've been able to help people overcome some mindset set stuff. But for us, if someone comes across something in Idaho, I'm always looking to stuff in Idaho. I'm looking to partner with people even outside of Idaho. If someone needs help with a deal, needs help structuring a deal, we've structured deals from start to finish, took them all the way through. So we have an idea. We're not the most experienced, but we definitely have an idea how stuff goes,
Yeah.
So I'm happy to JV on deals with people and help them out and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I am really appreciative of you guys coming on the interview with me for right now. So what I'm going to do is, well, eventually I'll hit, end on the recording, and we'll stay on here while it uploads a little bit. And then I'll end up sending you the link. I'm going to cut this part out right here that I'm talking to you about.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. But
Then
sorry, because
you're good. Do we need to then we start our own interview and send you the link, right? And then
Yes. So I will be looking at my Facebook